Ah, taking that deep breath. Come on and dance with me. Physically, mentally. If you can, get up off your feet. Come on, let's move it. Greetings and love and kindness, family. I'm Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks, the one and only Conscious Self-Healthcare educator and host of the Conscious Self-Healthcare Conversation radio show. Every Wednesday from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Community, this is your time to share your wellness stories and how you move from disease care to conscious self-health care. I want to hear your story. We want to hear from you. Join the conversation each Wednesday. Call in and share how you shift out of chronic disease care stress. Right here on innerlightradio.com, the healing frequency. This is Dr. K, and I am looking forward to our conversation. So call in and share. Health is consciousness, and healing is a function of consciousness. Come on, family. It's time to rock the world with the new frontier of conscious self-health care, while I share my wellness story with you right here on innerlightradio.com, the healing frequency. All right. Keep on doing those deep breathing. In and out, in and out. Let's move to the music. Feel good to dance. Taking those deep breaths. Clearing that passageway. Gotta keep on deep breathing. Let's keep moving. It can be a mental thing. In your high state of consciousness. All right now. Keep moving. Taking those deep, 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 deep breaths. You know how we do it. Combination of the week. Letting it all flow. It's a natural high. The wonder drug. The breath of life. Cures everything. Even take you higher. Oh yeah. Yeah. Woo! Thank you for coming to dance with me today. 1/23/2019. 2019. This calendar year. You know how you feeling? What will wake you up is that breath. I'm telling you, that breath will wake you up and give you energy no matter what you're going through. It'll calm you down. It'll bring you up. It'll even you out. Create that balance. The breath, the key to life, to our existence, to our connection. Being here on planet Earth and staying in that energetic vibration through that breath. That's why when we sleep, we still can breathe, because we're in that dynamic connection. At that particular time, a whole lot's going on. How you doing, family? How was your week? Did you take those deep, deep breaths? When you take a moment to be still and center yourself, when you got ready to explode, I tell you, so much going on and people are exploding and don't even realize it. that they're exploding. But you got to take a moment. You got to be still. You got to look at your life, look at what's going around, and not give that much vibration to things that's not going to carry you in the direction that you are choosing to go in. That's what it's all about. Creating your balance in the world of chaos. Because all this chaos is going on is good. It's going to bring about a great bang, bigger than a big bang. Having so many people to transform themselves. I'm telling you. God, the breath of life is just so awesome. I'm excited about what I do as an anthologist because, it's just so empowering and it makes you feel so good. So family, community, listeners of InnerLightRadio.com, if you're still tuned in, thank you so very much for tuning into the Conscious Self Healthcare Conversation Radio Show. Heart to Heart Healthy Living. I'm your host, Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks, the one and only Conscious Self Healthcare Educator. And how can I help you slay your healthcare fears? One way is to take a deep breath. The power of the breath. It's the power of the lymphatic system. It's the purification system. It's the balance between that sympathetic and that parasympathetic nervous system. Taking that breath, keeping everything in harmony and peace, purifying the waters in the body, transforming things, creating that oxygenated environment so nothing can live in it long that ain't supposed to be there or in its proper time of being there. Because sometimes our bodies can get filled up with so many different viruses. It's almost like that talk I gave on the virus of the mind. But you got to have those viruses in mind for them viruses to come down and affect your human being. So you got to keep everything in balance because you are aware of it and you know about it. You don't have to give it a whole lot of life. You're just aware of it. Oh, I got that in my eye view. I got that in my mind's view. But you just can't hold on to it for solid substance. That's not the substance that you want. So family and community, it's that time to sit back and see how you want to breathe, how you going to breathe. It's all kinds of breaths that we are instructed to take, and they do marvelous things for the body. So how you going to breathe today? Are you going to breathe through the mental capacity of your consciousness? Are you going to breathe through the nose, in and out through the nose? Are you going to breathe in and out from the mouth? Or are you going to do a balance of both? It all works, but there are certain breaths that bring about a mighty, mighty change in the body. Definitely when your body is going through something. But the main thing is no matter what you're going through, you got to always deep breathe, oxygenate the body, purify the body with the breath, and of course, water. Water, quality water. Because that's what we're working with in the body, keeping the levees even in an intersetting area. We don't want no overflow. We don't want no overflow to get over there and cause all kinds of things to happen. If it is, we got to get it in balance. We got to learn how to activate those buckets. Those little buckets is throughout the whole body, the lymphatic system throughout the whole body. We want to take that time and talk to our lymphatic system to have it nourish our body, to nourish our being, so we can be in a place that we want to be of peace and harmony and balance. We're talking about conscious self-health care, and we're talking about you, along with me, for myself, making conscious self-health care moves. Mental observation view is essential for your success. You got to stop, family. You got to take a moment and view your life and see what's going on, see what's happening, see how you are connecting with things, how you perceiving things, because your perception is everything. It's all in the voice. It's all in the talk. It's all in the walk, and it's delivered through your breath. Your breath tells you everything that's going on in your body, even from the smell. Wow, did she say that? Yes, open your mouth. Your breath is going to let you know what's going on. The mouth is most powerful. It holds on to so much, and it feeds it in the saliva. And so we have to make sure that we're giving our bodies what it needs, and what it needs most, family. The number one food is oxygen. The number one food for the human body is oxygen. And it's the connection between life and death. It's the connection being going to sleep and going into that ancestral place and waking back up. The breath of life connects us. And so I know you took your deep breaths through the week. I know you were tuned into yourself. I know when you got ready to snap, like you snap them pretzels you used to have, or you popped that rubber band, you got ready to snap. You said, hold up, wait a minute. Not going to give my power to that situation. Let me step back and let me take a breath and keep myself centered, because this is a time of the major shift. Did everybody just go through this shift, this pure alignment? Everything was in line when Jupiter aligned with Mars. Woo! I'm telling you, the planets was aligned. It had me going to sleep. It had me outside in the snow. It had me dig the snow out the way, sister, and put your feet down in that cold earth and let those nitric oxide chemicals balance come up into your body and feed all the way in and help you with that breath. To activate that Kundalini snake in the body and let it just curl all up and just come on up, climb up that spine, sending those frequency waves and vibrations through and helping it purge and purify and cleanse and help that fluid move through the body, come out as urine, come out as waste, come out as sweat. You got to get it out and you got to keep it out. I'm telling you, no matter what you're going through, if you deep breathe, you do some water, you be still, you meditate, that alone will make a shift in your body. And then if you can give yourself the proper nutrition, the proper rest, don't get caught up in all the things of the world, your body can't do nothing but get in balance like mine. A year and some months past this hemorrhagic stroke, and people still saying, girl, what you talking about? You had a stroke. You don't look like. But I like to say, if you can feel inside my body when I get into this balloon state, I have one. And sometimes when I walk, it gets so into that balloon state, that big old state, that I feel like I'm wobbling sometimes. But I consciously, see, it's a conscious thing. That's why it's called conscious self-healthcare. It's a conscious thing. I constantly shift my energy. When I feel myself going there, I say, look, your feet, you're not feeling this big ball underneath of you. You're able to walk. It's not real. Keep on going straight. So I do things like that. And I'm saying family, community, and friends, you got to talk to yourself too. Talk. Your cells are talking to you, so you have to talk back to yourself. You have to listen to yourself and respond to yourself. And you can do it out loud, or you can do it through the quietness and stillness of your mind. You can do it through meditation, but you have to talk to yourself and be in alignment with yourself. You want to create that alignment between conscious, subconscious, and superconscious. And you can be in that state and you can maintain that state. That's what I'm saying to you. So how are you going to breathe today? Are you going to start at the top of the Kundalini and come down? Are you going to start from the feet and come up? Or are you just going to go in the waist and go down or go up? See, that process is for you. It's how you feel, unless you're just taking a breath class and you're learning about breathing. And they have you doing many, many things. But I want to tell you, when you're really purifying the body, the breath that I love to do and share with people is the nose breath. And it gives you such a direct link to going straight into your lungs and expanding your lungs and purifying your lungs. And the lungs hold grief, the lungs hold anger. When something holds something, it holds a little bit of everything. And so when you take those deep breath, you get to get that excess fluid and that excess sodium that stays in the base of the area of the lungs that first holds fluid, and saw people with all those bronchitis and all those kind of things. And so you want to do that nasal breathing, that nose breathing, to really expand that area, to get that breath down in there and to expand your lungs. You want to do that chest breath. It's a mighty powerful breath. And why is it so important? Because of nitric oxide. That breath really works and bring about a strong nitric oxide node, what we need to have the body circulate and purify itself. It's just like me offering you Progeny 9 Plus, it has that nitric oxide to help purify the body, purify the systems, and get more oxygen into the body, into those interstitial areas, So, like sometimes you may not have the money to buy Progeny 9 or a product like that. You got to know how to take care of yourself. And that's why we call it conscious self-health care, and you making conscious self-health care moves. So I want to thank you for tuning in. And go ahead. Go on right now. Call a friend. Tell them to tune in to Inner Light Radio. We're here talking about are you making conscious self-healthcare moves for yourself, and how you taking care of yourself, and who you giving your power to, even to take care of yourself. Pharmaceuticals, drugs, too many herbs, too many products. Food is a great opportunity to help you, not just raw, not just vegan, some standard American dishes that people run away from now. It's a balance, and you have to know your balance. And that's why I say become a balanced eater like me. At times your body going to need certain things, and some things you can get from vitamins and minerals, and some things you just got to get from products from Mother Nature. Universe made it in balance. The foods that the earth grows and gives us through plants, through seeds, through other insects and animals is a part of our own development and strength as a human being. And so we got to be open to that. And sometimes we can get real dogmatic people. We can just say, I'm not going to do this no more, and I'm not going to do that no more, and stuff like that. And you really don't know what you're getting anyway. Just because the product says it is a 9 on it and it's supposed to be organic, don't mean it is. It's just like the guy told me he used to work at Whole Foods and other places. They switch labels all the time. They just do things just to be doing it. So you got to have it within yourself. And you got to bless it like Dr. Emoto. If you can bless water and shift the energy in water to bring about a positive change, well, guess what, family? You can do that for yourself. And you can shift any food that you have in your hand and say what you want to say over. They call it praying. You're praying the light of the love of the Lord, of the light of the giving of the being of the body. And you pray it into existence. So we're going to sit back and take a deep, deep breath, and you're going to start your breathing and your meditation as we listen to our first station break and some music. I want to see what's going to come up. So I want you to just decide how you want to breathe. But I'm going to talk about breathing through the nose today. So let's take that breath.
Is it time for a new approach to your health care? Are you ready to leave the dark ages of disease care management and pharmaceuticals? If your answer is yes, get ready to relearn, rethink, and rewrite your personal health care prescription plan with Dr. K. She is a certified anthologist and Nest healthcare provider, sharing the new science of information as medicine and cellular ecology. Did you know that the field of epigenetics states that you are more than just your genes, and those genes do not control your biology? Yes, that's correct. Schedule a Skype, phone, or office visit with Dr. K and get on board the friendship train to healthcare freedom. 202-248-7749. That's 202-248-7749. Visit us on the web, forselllife.com. The number 4, the words cell, CELLLIFE.com.
That will make a better community. Oh, let's help one another. All of my sisters and my brothers. Come on, let's help one another. All of my sisters and my brothers. Let's show love and respect. Always remember never to forget that together we stand and divided we fall. All for one and one for all. Oh, let's help one another. All of my sisters and my brothers. Come on and let's help one another.
Sometimes I get the groove into that song. I just love it. Yeah.
No matter what race, creed, or color,
No matter.
we all got children,
We are all God's children.
sisters and brothers.
We are touched up universe.
Love in our hearts to get rid of
Love.
understanding will be better if we communicate.
We gotta communicate, fam. We gotta talk to one another. We gotta help one another. Help. Talking about
about that help? The help that you get from the arc of self-healing and self-help. Help stands for health education, longevity, and peace. That's what I'm offering you. Health education. Time to become your own wellness doctor. You know, and sometimes if people become their own wellness doctor, they still slide back sometimes. But that's all right because it's your choice. You in control of it. So you taking those deep breaths, family? Are you breathing? You know, it's like Dave Shirley said, we got to help one another. We all brothers and sisters. You know, we got to create balance. So when somebody's coming to you and they're in an emotional heightened state because of what's going on, what they're hearing, what they're buying into, what they're letting get them into that state of fluctuation and stagnation and blockages and no ease and flowing, when they come to you, don't feed into it. Even if you really want to, because that's who you are. But it's a time for everybody to make that shift and change, that shift in consciousness, that shift in vibration. Catch yourself. Do something different. Don't feed into it. Say, yeah, I was thinking the same thing. That, da-da-da-da-da, and that, da-da-da-da-da, and da-da-da-da-da, yada, 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 yada. Let's stop. Take a deep breath. Cleansing, emotional cleansing. That's why I love what I do with the Nest Wellness System and that tool that I can work with you anywhere in the world. We can tell you what's going on. We can take you back because your human body field reveals all these things. That's your human body field that's connected to the outer field. This creates that one field, that whole governing field, the factor of what is here on planet Earth. We got to stay in balance with it. Love is the power that brings my entire life together. It heals, renews, restores, empowers me with divine energy and life, the breath of life. I am love in action. I am a master of positive self-expression, self-love, self-care, self-respect, self-assurance. You got to have it for yourself, and you got to have it in every breath that you take. You got to have it. Got to have it in consciousness so when you go to sleep, you have that right breath, that right rhythm to keep you flowing. We are here. We are here to be givers and receivers of love. Laws of vibrational energy. The laws of vibrational energy that makes us stay whole. We must share them with us. And, you know, God didn't create religion. Man did. The religion separates us. It doesn't let us become a whole body. And we have to not let that continuously divide us. Definitely this one segment of the population of the human race, the black community. We got to stay in alignment with each other. We have to breathe life into each other. We have to support each other in a positive, cosmic way. You know, we have to come together, and that's why we have developed that hashtag. Brother Humam Abdul Malik, he was the recipient of the Dari Abdul Ali award this year that I give out every year through the Emancipate Yourself from Medical Mental Slavery Day program. He uses that hashtag now. We both do. Black People's Comedic Boycott Ham. And we're talking about unifying and sharing our talents, our companies, our products, everything around the world, letting go of these holidays that hinders us and just everything good under that hashtag to bring about a unity in our community, one love, one community living in unity through that hashtag, Black People's Comedic Boycott Ham. We got to come together and unite. We got to get back to family. We got to build that Wall Street, that network. We got to include ourselves to bring about the mighty, mighty change we want. And then it can permeate out and it can support the whole environment, the whole diasporas. Everyone around the world can get a little bit of this if we just come together and do that under that hashtag. So let's do that. Let's bring a little love and a little bit of excitement back around. And don't hold on so much to what's going on. And I know the federal workers and everybody's like, wow, we've never had a shutdown like this before. Because a shutdown is actually a shut through. It's actually a breakthrough. It's bringing about a mighty, mighty shift that's going on. And all we got to do is turn it around on them. When they open it up, let's shut it down on them for a month. See what happened to them. When they think they're going to open it back up for us, let's shut it down on them and say, who is really in control? Who is the government? You think you're the government? No, the people is the government. But they don't want you to stand together. But we got to stand together. And black folks, African Americans, African people all around, with black skin, carbon, melanated people, it's time to unite and bring about a mighty, mighty shift and a mighty, mighty change, because they're looking at us saying that we are suppressed people. And that's not true. And you shouldn't think that way either. It's time to wake up. Let there be peace on earth. And let it begin with me. Let it begin with you. Let there be peace on earth. The peace that was meant to be. With God as our Father, brothers, all are we. Let me walk with my brother in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my solemn vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Because I'm telling you, life is a state of consciousness. That was by Cy Miller and Jill Jackson. Let there be peace on earth. And we can have peace on earth because you have peace within you. You don't give that harmony and balance away to nobody. And when you feel like you're getting ready to, because I know firsthand, let me tell you what the game of what it's been look like in my life. When I see it, I just stopped and took a breath over these past 5 years. And brought that harmony and peace back around. Because you know what? You can't lose that divine connection, because that's who you are. In and out, out is in, up is down, and down is up. It's all one. We're all connected. And so that's why I love the work of Dr. Samuel C. West. I love being a lenthologist, bringing things back in balance, and really didn't really have a health story. But since having this stroke and using what I offer people, the tools that I use and the information I have as a healthcare educator, helping you become your own wellness doctor, I can now say that what I use bring about a mighty, mighty change, because I love when people say, you had a what? You don't look like anybody that had a stroke. I love it. It just feeds me. It gives me more fuel to keep doing what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. And if I can work on these internal vibrations and get that key down, you know I done hit a gold button. Bam! Let it come down. Give me that gold buzz it. I hit it. I got these nerves back in total balance. I don't have this balloon state no more. I know it's going to happen. It's coming. It's coming this year as I take the time and actually focus on that liver. Let that liver cleanse out, because when that liver cleanses out, it's going to help bring about a mighty, mighty shift. And the universe says it's time. That's why I had you go out in that cold, plant your feet in the earth and get those natural nutrient eons to come back up in your body, so you can keep moving on and keep moving on and keep moving on. And you're going to bring that change. It's going to shift everything. So the poem Bouncy Bouncy Baby by Jonah Mae West. Bouncy, bouncy baby, we don't rock anymore. We just get on a lymphosizer and bounce from shore to shore. Bouncy, bouncy baby, we don't rock anymore. We just get on a lymphosizer and bounce forevermore. Lymphosizers are magic. Lymphosizers are grand. When you learn how to use one, you will understand. Rocking chairs are super. Rocking chairs are great. But when you get on a lymphosizer, old age will have to wait. Now you can jump on the bed and you can jump on the couch. But when you buy new furniture, your husband will shout, ouch. So if you love your family and know what you can do, go out and get a lymphosizer and tell them, I love you. Everybody needs to get a lymphosizer. You got 2 built-in lymphosizers. Those sets of lungs, when you take that deep breath, you are lymphosizing. You are helping to purify the body, the interstitial areas where the cells are, where they don't need a lot of fluid, just a little bit to receive what they need to receive to do their job. So when you want to purify the body, you got to purify the lymph system. So one lymphosizer is the breath, by working with those 2 lungs. And when your body is going through a lot,
You want to do that chest breath. You want to do that nose breath. When you sleep, you want to keep your mouth closed and talk to yourself before you go to sleep. Say, mouth, don't open up and breathe. Stay closed. Let me breathe in out through my nose and let me circulate to get that oxygen in my body to help that system do what it needs to do. That's what we're talking about, bringing a balance. So lymphesizing and come working with me and joining my group, Lymphatic Wellness, will help you understand more about lymphesizing the breath and get the book, and we can work together. And I'm just telling you, family, it's just time. It's time to take that deep, deep breath and let those lymphesizers work. Let the lymphesizer work and do what it needs to do. And we know laughter. We know laughter brings about so much joy and so much excitement to the body. You know, I'm really feeling good because I'm so blessed. People might say, this girl is like really something, but by me being in Brother Humam's environment and him coming down with this pneumonia, and I've been building up my lymphatic and my immune system for the past year so I can go on and better help my body correct itself. I'm telling you, keeping this air purified in here, using all of nature, aloe vera plants, putting onions and things out to absorb the germs in the air and things like that. You have to know how to keep your environment purified. And me not coming back down with symptoms of something that looked like a cold and things like that, I am just so proud of myself where I am. But I tell you, one thing that almost kicked me in that butt was going to that hospital. So I had to break that off. It was just too much stuff going on up there, and I had too much to do, and I just couldn't focus that energy to let me stay in that environment. And besides, when the body speaks, people, y'all better listen like I do. Body said, don't go to this hospital no more. You can't take no more of this. You got to stay home. And that's what I did. And so, you just gotta just sit back and be still and take control of your environment for a minute, because you can shift anything no matter where you are. Because one thing I think about when I think about Nelson Mandela is how he used to talk when he was in prison, how he could have sat in there and went into a corner and put himself in a state of mind and just took himself out of here. But he put himself in a state of mind to grasp a hold of that intelligent mind, that higher state of mind, that conscious mind, to bring about a different reality within his body while he was in that place. And so we can do that here all the time. Adapting your behavior does not mean that you change your personality. Okay, family, I said adapting your behavior does not mean that you change your personality. Adapting your behavior, you got to look at what you're doing and seeing if you bring about a positive, true vibration to uplift and make things better in the world, or you add into the frustration. You know, are you feeding into the frustration? You don't want to do that. And if you find yourself doing that, Dirk, go on and stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Take a deep breath. Just say, stop it. I got to stop it. Catch yourself. Stop, 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 stop. Take a deep breath and make a change in your behavior. People have wonderful personalities, but their behavior, sometimes they get lost because of what's going on. Make them get confused. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to get fused no more. And when you're going through something, sometimes, you just got to go through it with yourself and talk to yourself. And like some people say, go look in the mirror and be your own psychologist and your own psychiatrist and see what comes out. My mother, Shirley Hardy Davis, I got to keep her connected with me always, shared with me to write it down. She said, little baby Karen, write it down and burn it. If you don't want anybody else to see it, you got to write it down and you got to burn it. So when I was a child and when I went to church on New Year's Eve, they said, write it down and burn it too. Write it and burn it. Some people do this every year. However, they do not really release it from their subconscious mind. They write it down and they say they're releasing it and they put it in the burning bowl, and before they even get out the Durgon service, they already still think about the same thing. Life is a state of consciousness, people. Your state of consciousness at a given time. Conscious living through living consciously of what you consciously think that your state of conscious is. Is it what it is, what you say it is, what you want it to be? You got to question yourself. You got to probe yourself. You got to pay attention to self. And that's why I tell you the most powerful words out here is put self in front of it. Then everything becomes powerful and it becomes your responsibility. So what is your daily thoughts? What are you thinking on daily?
And how are you breathing? Are you choking on your breath? Can you really take a deep, deep breath? I think if you go get one of those breath machines, because your brother who was in the hospital, they gave him one of the breath machines. So I wanted to see how deep was my breath, So I'm pulling on it, seeing how deep I can go. And I'm like, yeah, my lung capacity is there. It's great, but it can be a little bit better. Did I cough right away? No. What's coming up? But I noticed that when I used that apparatus to take a real deep, deep breath, it opened up some things in my own chest. So I'm going to go get me one of these things just to have around, just to work on my own breath. And how deep am I really, really breathing? How deep a breath are you really taking? If you haven't been a deep breather or a breather, you do that and you start choking the same way when you get on a lengthizer and the same thing happens to you, that you're not really breathing. You're just average breathing. You're not taking good, healthy breaths. And we need to do that, family. We need to take deep, 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 deep breaths. So I'm going to tell you, write it down, release it and let it go, and don't quit. When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high and you want to smile but you have to sigh. When care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but please, 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 family, don't you quit. Life is strange with its twists and turns, as every one of us sometimes learns, and many a failure's turn about. When he might have won had he stuck it out. Don't give up. Though the pace seems slow, you may succeed with another blow. Success is failure turned inside out. The silver tint of the clouds of doubt. And you can never tell how close you are. It may be near when it seems so far. So stick to the flight. When your heart is hit, bam, because they tried to knock me down and knock me out with all the confusion that they was putting around me. But I stayed focused into the breath of my life. It's when things seem worse that you must not quit. Tune into yourself, like my book, Through the Magic of Your Own Poetry. You all got a poem and a song in your heart, and you just need to sing into it and vibrate it at a higher, higher, higher pulse rate. The pulse wave of life. You got to flow with it, family. Don't quit. Don't quit on whatever you want and whatever you're doing. If it seems unreal, it's not. So we're going to sit back and we're going to listen to some poetry. And we're going to listen to another one of my fantastic design commercials to let you know what I do and how I can support you around the world. Keep taking those deep breaths. And if you still got that movement, go on and dance. Aha.
Remember, every sound of the drum that you hear is an African beat, and this is the sounds of Africa. This music comes from the Senegal area. It's the music of West Africa.
Could it be that you are experiencing electromagnetic sensitivity? Yes, electromagnetic sensitivity. Could man-made frequencies interfere with cellular activity and melatonin production? We are beings of frequency, light, and information, and you are your own experience. Do not conform any longer to the patterns of man-made mindset of human consciousness. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Schedule your Nest Provision Human Body Field Scan with Dr. K. 202-248-7749. Visit the website forcelllife.com. The number 4 CELLLIFE.com. Have the courage to expand your horizon and reprogram your cellular activities. Call Dr. K for your 15-minute wellness consultation. 202-248-7749.
Point
that blood. When you breathe deep, you shift that blood. When you breathe deep, you shift that blood, the lymphatic vessels. You got more lymphatic vessels in your body. You gotta breathe. Breathe through it. And when you think about war and all the struggles that's going on and the strife that's going on, you gotta release it and let it go. Because my war acronym is: with ascension, I rise. With ascension, you rise. You got to raise your consciousness. It's conscious living through living consciously. You want to visit my websites, 4 CELLLIFE.com, and see how we can connect. I have some powerful tools. I can work with you around the world no matter where you are. And with that one tool that I have to use in your presence to tell you what's going on with the autonomic nervous system and the sympathetic nervous system, and let you know how your arteries are going on, and let you know what's really, really happening. Your stress level really in your body, because a lot of people say, I ain't stressed, I got this all under control, but you never know the intrinsic workings of your body until something majorly happens, because when we get those little clues, we don't pay no attention to them. And that's the time now to pay attention to you. Your body's always talking to you. You don't have to have the supersonic ears like I do and hear what the cells are saying. Your cells are talking to you through your feeling vibration. That's your knowingness and knowing thyself, family and community. I love when I look up and I see that 444. It lets me know that I'm in sync with divine energy, bringing about that smooth, tranquil feeling in my body that gives me energy and strength every time I breathe, talk and share. I get the vibration to send out that love frequency, that love vibration. And that's what we all can do for one another, for each other. And that's what we need right now. And we need to unify ourselves through that hashtag and support each other. I have a dream today. And it's not that one where Martin Luther King said he almost took into that burning building, but he had to pull himself back because that wasn't right. He had to wake up a little bit. But I have a dream today. I have a dream today that you and I will take back our righteous thinking. I ask you to make a paradigm shift in your thinking about your meals and health care now. Wake up, everybody. It's time to think a new way. Step up out of the dark ages of health care, disease care. What we must understand is if we are going to restore our bodies to health, then we must face the fact that there are no diseases, so there are no cures to be found. Yes, this is the truth. The body will come into a stagnated state because that's a part of death, is a part of life, but you don't want to be dying while you're living. You don't want your body to get into that state where your blood is so thick, you got all these worms and bacteria and everything taking over. You got to let it come in its own time and its right time. So do you have a disease? No disease. No, Karen didn't have a stroke. The body needed to shift these things, but they defined it, so that let me know what areas to look at and what areas to correct. Same thing with whatever they're telling you that's going on with you, unless you know where you need to pay focus attention first. But then you might have to do a subset just to get back up to where you are. The name of the disease means nothing anymore. What you are experiencing is a self-organizing breakdown because we do it to ourselves. That's why we must find and take back our righteous thinking. What is your righteous thinking pattern for you? What have you been given power to move your body into the state? Mine was blocking everything that was going on in my life. And then at some point I just said, yuck, why would somebody want to keep doing these things? What is it bringing them? So I gave into a little bit of that. But then I had to shift my energy and said, no, I can't give power to that because that's not healthy. And we all can do that. Take back your righteous thinking. Do not give your power to people, places, or things. You are in control of your life. Live by his words and keep a loving mind. He granted you the right to a good and healthy life. Stop trying to earn the right. You inherited it. By his will, it is done. Just keep it simple, students, because nobody is stupid. Just keep it simple, students. And we all are students of nature, because nature is no respecter of persons. It does not matter what I do. What matters is what you do. You just do it and see what happens. The human body is electrical, and you are an electrical being, and there's vibration that's pouring down to you. And so I want to say to you, The Unseen Barrier is a poem by Brother Muhammadu O'Malley that I had him write a poem. I commissioned a poem to be written because I was just so
I don't know, I could just say distraught or hurt. Brother Hadari Ali was doing so good when he came to me, and they wanted to do cancer on his prostate and all of that and go through all of that. And then he had a month to heal himself naturally, and he changed his diet, and that black rubbery skin changed, and he started looking so good and so healthy. And then he said, well, Karen, I'm going to him and his wife, so we're going to do the chemo, but we still want to work with you. And I'm like, I can't do no duality like that. I just can't do that. So I commissioned this poem, The Unseen Barrier, to speak to Brother Hadari Ali in hopes that he will just stay on the path and give it a little bit more time. But sometimes we can be pulled by our beliefs in religion and our beliefs in our family if they're in the medical industry, and just a lot of people pulling on you to do certain things. And so I had him write this poem, and I get this poem out to everybody that is going to hear this show now and hear this show when I put it up on YouTube, The Unseen Barrier. We're going to hear this poem. It might take us out. I might have a few minutes when we come back. But let's play that, Jamal, The Unseen Barrier. I send this out to everybody. Ask them to take a moment.
The unseen barrier. Like sweet water and salt water come together and don't mix. There's a barrier. So don't listen to the tricks of the money-motivated personalities who will have you fear your own finality. It's already written. So don't be committing your own downfall. Stand tall, because it's all about growth and development, naturally sent. Remember, you can't make yourself worse to get better. No matter how clever it may sound, it brings your body down. How can you regress to progress? You don't, according to the natural text of life, which should be sacred like a wife and sex, because you know what's going to happen next. Joy and happiness, clarity, which is a rarity, after sharecropping the clock on today's modern plantation, partly ran by the medical industrial complex. Become your own doctor and start the process of natural healing, and see how you will be feeling in the garden of life with fruit and vegetables as your medicine that are God sent. The unseen barrier, like synthetic and genetic, they don't mix. One is like the kiss of God. The other puts you in a medical nod. The Creator does not make it hard for you. Healing is a very simple, natural process. You have to be willing to go through the test of healing in order to redress the malfunction of the cell, so that you will get to the state of being well. You can do it God's way or man's way. God's way is truly the natural way. Who do you pray to? Your power lies within you. Here's the clue. Oxygen equals pumps equals electricity equals power. Dr. Samuel C. West. Not chemical power or nuclear power, but conscious power. Your God-given right to reverse all the distresses in your life. You are your own personal doctor, so take back your power and live.
So take back your power and live, because that's what this show is all about. The Conscious Self Healthcare Conversation Radio Show, Heart to Heart Healthy Living, helping you take back your righteous thinking and be in control of your health the natural way. Like I say, sometimes when you put yourself in a system, you have to do those pharmaceuticals, but as soon as you leave out, you need to cleanse yourself from them and not take any more, because if it didn't get you where you want to get you there, it ain't going to get you where you want to get you when you're home. They just want to get you strung out on those time-release capsule things in your body. And you don't want to get that. So that talk I just gave you came out of my book, Step Up Out of the Dark Ages of Healthcare, is now in an ebook form that you can get. Give me a call or connect with me through Facebook. Just type in Karen Davis-Foulks, Foulks, Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks, and my information will come up and you can connect with me. And like I said, Louise Hay has been with me for a moment, and she's having me work through her book, You Can Heal Yourself. And after last week's show, I was given so much information during this critical time of alignment of the planets and being centered and focused and being called upon through the energetic realm to be still and listen to what the information has to say to me that it wants me to do with my life. and sharing with others and my gifts that I have. And with the Emancipate Yourself from Medical Slavery Day celebration, April being Conscious Self-Health Care and Lymphatic Cellular Wellness Month. And I keep talking about that because it's crucial that Western medicine and all over decided that they was going to get rid of lymphologists around the world and create oncologists and not tell you about the lymphatic system and just cut you all up, your lymph nodes and everything up. So you can't have control over your body. And that's why I'm able to heal, and a lot of other people are able to heal. If they got their tonsils down to their tailbone, they got everything they can. And then if you don't have it, you can have it there in mind. So I'm not even going to say that. You can focus and cleanse your body. I'm telling you, understanding the lymphatic system. So come study with me. Get the book from me and let's study and let's create some more lymphologists around the world to help people better understand patience, love, self-care, self-respect, self-assurance, self-worth, taking care of self, doing it the right way in balance and harmony and peace and purifying the body will get you that balance that you want. And so, like I say, Louise Hay has been around me. It's probably because I used her book to shift my energy some 45 years ago. And I tell you, this book is like, it's so beat up. But it has its purposes and the pages are falling out. But I put them in order and I keep them in order. And so they're all telling me how to do this year's Emancipation Celebration. And even though I'm thinking on it, I'm not going to go against energy talking to me, telling me how to honor, who to honor this year. So I'm just permeating on and meditating, and I will share eventually. And I am about to put up the honorees from 2018 up on my YouTube channel. You can hear that talk. Tim Morrow, Debbie, Ayo, and Brother Muhammadu Malik. Their informations will be coming up very soon. But to think on this week, family, and to remember to always take a moment to be still, to breathe throughout the day, every hour of the hour. And no, I didn't really tell you how to do the nose breath. Go out there and Google and see how to do a nose breath and try to work with yourself and try to do some nose breathing through the night instead of having your mouth wide open. Try to do some nose breath and expand the chest and bring that balance in that air that permeates throughout the body. So I turned to Louise Hay's book, You Can Heal Yourself, and I turned to the chapter that says Daily Work. Enjoy practicing my new mental skills. As a child give up at the first fall, it would never learn to walk. So you can't give up when you're trying something new and you're working on something. They say practice makes perfect. But that's also in consciousness can be there as well. Some people can't move and do certain things, but you can do it in a state of consciousness, because to me that's the pure magic and manifestation in life is a state of consciousness. So I'm going to leave you with this right here from Louise Hay. In the infinity of life where I am, all is perfect, whole, and complete. My life is ever new. Each moment of my life is new and fresh and vital. I use my affirmative thinking to create exactly what I want. This is a new day, and I'm a new me, and you are new all the time. I think differently, I speak differently, I act differently, others treat me differently. My new world is a reflection of my new thinking. It is a joy and a delight to plant new seeds. For I know these seeds will become my new experiences. All is well in my world. Family, plant new seeds this week. Plant your new seeds and think good and connect with me. And take those deep, deep breaths. And thank you so much for tuning into the Conscious Self-Health Care Conversation Radio Show. Heart to Heart Healthy Living. I'm your host, Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks, the one and only Conscious Self-Health Care Educator. Connect with me. And let's breathe together. Pound. Black People's Committee, boycott ham. Black family, let's unite and support each other around the world and become one. Peace, love, and respect.
Wake up. Yeah.
Wow, family, that was a great show. I want to thank you so very much for tuning in to the Conscious Self Healthcare Conversation Radio Show right here on NLI Radio. It was a pleasure having you tuning in. Now, you must tell a friend to tune in. And if you haven't called in and shared your wellness story, don't you think it's time that you help somebody with your wellness story? Call in, share your story, join the conversation. I'm Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks, and I invite you to visit my website, ConsciousSelfCare.com. Or you can just go to the number 4, the word CELLLIFE.com. Leave me some information. I would love to talk with you. And once again, I look forward to you joining us next Wednesday right here on the Conscious Self Healthcare Radio Show. It's a conversation where we uplift each other, where we share our wellness stories so we can help someone move from disease care to conscious self-healthcare. Thank you for tuning in. I look forward to hearing from you next Wednesday.